Greetings everyone, I just wanted to get one quick video off this week. You can hear my little boy crying in the background. It's because he's being neglected. I went out and grabbed a 31-inch Darth Vader that is going to get a total repaint. I'm just gonna, the goal really here is just to kind of get rid of the plastic look of the helmet here. Kind of work on this piece here. I'm thinking about, since I'm not going to be playing with this guy, I'm going to fill in this seam here, sand it down, make it all one piece. This is going to get painted a different shade of grayish black to look like the pleather that it's made out of. A few other details to be painted, legs, boots, lightsaber is going to get painted. As you can see, the figure is pretty big in itself, and it's going to go on top of my armoire. But I was really glad to get this. And the one thing that I'm sure a lot of you guys out there have already noticed, it's kind of funny, like it's like they have to make this thing inaccurate somehow. And this one, these bands right here should be probably about right here and a lot closer to each other. For some reason they spaced them out a little too far on the chest piece. But outside of that, I mean, it's a really excellent figure. I don't have any real complaints about it. But a few other things that I'm working on right now. Okay, this is my flea market haul. 1/3 of it, at least. This is the 1/6 scale. I believe it's 1/6. It says so on the box somewhere. But this is where I'm at on the battle droid. Battle droid is essentially built. I've got torso, head, legs, arms, but it all goes together once you get the stab together. So I should have another update. I'm gonna paint all of this once it's done, as opposed to my usual sub-assemblies, but it's articulated in about 7 to 8 points on this guy. It's not a bad kit. It's kind of like the pod racer from AMT. This is another AMT kit, of course, but not like the typical AMT fare out there, in the sense that there aren't any blaring inaccuracies or anything that you can't live with on these kits. I'm not sure who engineered the kits for AMT at the time, but wow, you know, if it wasn't for Jar Jar Binks, these might be a little more popular. But as it goes, anything that is episode 1 apparently gets the Jar Jar stigmata, so I probably will not be showing this off in public, because I don't know, nerd rage kind of gets out of hand sometimes, and anytime you show something from episode 1, all you get is doesn't matter what model it is, the first thing anyone says to you is like, you know, Jar Jar sucks. It's like, okay, awesome. But anyway, moving right along. This one is coming to its final stages of completion, so where am I at? Oh, I'm sorry. This base is going to get a coat of pearl white. On top of that, airbrushed with a little bit of metallic red and blue, with the spiral design here to mimic the Motara Nebula. And I think I'm going to do the Reliant this way, and the Enterprise coming up from beneath it. I know Classic Plastic already did it, but I don't know. It's either that or I'm going to have them coming at each other. But what I have done on the Enterprise here, and I'm going to try to get in pretty tight. Focus. And is it going to focus any better? Anyway, as you can see, what I have done here is I've already gone ahead and added some battle damage here, there, and just to kind of keep in continuity with Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, some blast marks there. and I think that's it. But what I used was one of my marker pens, and since they kind of bleed out every once, with the first, if you dab it a couple of times and then pat it out with your finger, you can feather it out a little to give you some of the scorching marks. But that's all I've done here. Torpedo bays are done too. Wow, I did a terrible job there. I'm sorry, guys. But that's where I'm at on that. I need to extend that blast mark on the photon torpedo side right there a little more. Try to get in with good zoom. But that's where I'm at on this one. This one still needs a few more details here and there. But this is done with the silver base on top of a silver base topped with a pearl white. And I still need to do the detail painting here and then add one more wash just to kind of bring out every detail in there. But that's where I'm at with this. I didn't do a true white base coat. I kind of wanted to keep it in line with this one since they are of the same fleet. I know the studio model does not have the pearlescent finish, but this is going to go on my dad's shelf, and or actually my dad's desk, and I don't think he's going to call me out on being inaccurate, so cross my fingers though. Another thing that I have done to the ire of my wife was, as if I didn't get enough already this past weekend, when I went out and got the other 3-piece set for the Enterprise collection. Everything is kind of dry fit now. I have a little bit of filling to do on the bottom here, but and this one, for some reason I couldn't get the nacelles to line up straight, so it's probably my fault. I probably did something incorrectly while constructing it. I have seen other guys build it that didn't have this problem, so I'm sure I did something wrong. But this is halfway, well, it's been primed halfway. I ran out of primer when I was doing this one. I was hoping I was going to have enough to squeeze this one out, but I'm out of primer, and I'm going to be out of primer for the rest of the week. So that's it for models, which is a good stopping point for me to go ahead and start doing some drawings, because I will be at MonsterCon in San Antonio this weekend. I'll be doing monster drawings, zombie portraits, comic book drawings as well, of course. I'll also be showing off some of these 2500 scale models, as well as a few Star Wars kits on my table. The Star Wars stuff is not going to be for sale, but just for display. Anyone can come out, check me out. I'll be in Artist Alley. But any guys that want to come out and just meet, hang out for a little bit, I will be taking models too. I'm going to meet a friend of mine named Scott McLean out there, who's going to bring me a Spindrift and a Seaview to start working on. So you will start seeing updates on those models after this weekend. So more on that later, guys. It's going to be good to actually get some commissioned work. We'll see how it goes. See if I get some complaints. And more on that later. Peace out, guys.